When you think of the concept of an ultimate weapon in Valheim, what do you think? Do you think something that's just immense damage up front? Quick, absolutely blast them with, I don't know, who's to say, 500, 1,000 damage? And not just on a sneak attack, just regularly. That might be what you think. But you could also think something along the lines of something more damage. Maybe something that's even more powerful, but in very odd ways. You know? Not necessarily something that we could use and continue to use regularly with speed in person. Like, say, these staff members here, very, very powerful right now on a competent mage. Or let's say the arbalest, maybe in the future we get a crossbow that has enchanted, let's say, it's got some lightning as part of the damage, or all of the damage. Maybe we have weapons in the future that are all fully elemental, or a split fully elemental. Part lightning, part frost would be absurd. That could be an ultimate weapon. But why not? Both, in a way. We could have those options. We could also have big neuron activating numbers. How do I think we could have that? Well, looking into the way that Valheim's been moving, we've seemingly gotten a lot of interesting build pieces that deal damage to mobs when they're just left there. Let's say, starting off mostly base traps, stake walls, stuff like that, Dvergr stake walls in the Mistlands. Moving beyond that, in the Mistlands now, we have base defenses that are just big damage right up front. Kind of janky in the case of the trap and the ballista, especially janky with the ballista, you know? But we're moving in a direction. And we're getting into the Ashlands stuff now. We have some nice teasers here. Let's see. Oh, this thing here. This is a battering ram. He's confirmed it in some other teaser. Yes. And we'll probably need it for Fortress time. Which means it's at the very least, capable of dealing a lot of pickaxe damage. Well, you know how much health some of these build pieces have. Even though a lot of ruins can be damaged, being able to blast through full health, or even partial health, many layered build pieces, it might require quite a bit of damage. And maybe depending on the speed, we'll be able to use it excellently against the Ashlands mobs. I can picture myself being especially good at lining up specific shots, luring enemies in, slowing them down with frost or something, and then boom, here comes one of my friends with the battering ram. Oh my god, that'd be so much fun, and I can just imagine the damage involved. Maybe a at-gear middle mouse, him and Awful, with the knockback into a friend who's got that battering ram ready for huge damage. Maybe you can even two-shot a mini-boss like that. Who knows? Who knows? But we're getting into this sort of mobility of build pieces being able to deal potentially big damage to mobs. Moving even further, again, Ashlands teaser. Look at this thing. Oh, yeah. Let's meet that. Queen theme. Look at this thing! The catapult. Yes. Currently being worked on for the Ashlands. Look at this beauty. We'll be able to launch materials, some sort of ammo. Right now it looks like it's stone in the teaser, but who knows what we'll be able to load with it. What sort of things might be magical or whatnot. And again, we have this sort of theme. where as we're advancing through the ages, getting into the end game now, we have these build pieces that we can move that deal damage to enemies. This one, presumably a whole lot of blunt damage, or maybe even, depending on what's in it, whatever else type of damage. And probably very large too. This is going to be all sorts of exciting, and I hope that we can load our fellow players in and launch ourselves very far. I think it would be a good compromise to them constantly trying to patch out the Abyssal Harpoon shenanigans, you know what I'm saying? And now that we have Feather Cape like this person Jace Mars is wearing, well, dying from fall damage won't exactly be too much of a concern, and we would be able to glide into fortresses, having once torn down the walls a little bit. I think that's exciting. I think that's a lot of fun. But going even beyond that, into the final biomes developed, we have Deep North and Ocean. And I want to look specifically at the oceans now, because in the oceans, if we're continuing this theme, we might have something mobile that can deal damage to mobs that's related to the oceans. Are you seeing where I'm going with this? I'm thinking some sort of mobile attachment, or maybe even built into a ship option that can deal big siege damage from range. I'm talking maybe some sort of big type of cannon thing on a ship, or some sort of magical type arrangement. Maybe it involves Eider, maybe it involves the remaining 8 Dragon Tears from Moder. You use 2 for the Artisan table, you got 8 free ones. Maybe it could involve that. Maybe it could be like a Moder's Breath from range. And I think that could deal obscene damage wherever they want to go with it. If they want to go Fire Breath, Moder, if they want to just do a large fuck-off cannon, any of this would be incredible and could work for filling that satisfaction requirement that a lot of gamers have about big neuron-activating numbers and destruction. Considering they're already starting to go this route, I think that would be an amazing ultimate weapon option for this set of weapons. Now, I'd still very much like the more subtle, the more balanced options, being weapons that you can personally wield and use. Those being incredible, maybe a mix of Frost and Lightning, or special Arbalest, and unique casting tools that just absolutely tear through mobs with skill. That's going to be fantastic, and I really want all of that. But I think in this way we can please pretty much everybody. People who just want to geek out at large neuron activating numbers, flashy stats, and beautiful effects, and also very subtle yet skillful domination of the battlefield. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys some other time. Bye.